Yeah, welcome back everyone to a new episode of Knowing Entropia. Now today I'm very happy. I've got lots of good things that have been happening in my life lately. Well, not lots of good things, but some good things. And I'm trying to focus on them, and things are going well. So let's see what's been happening in Entropia. Say hi to this guy. Did I just get a little bit of lag there? Fuck. Oh yeah, before we begin, let's give a quick shout out to the Discord group. I'm just gonna give them a shout out here. Let everyone know, join the Discord group if you want some information about my Entropia streams when they're starting. I'm going to try to post it here. So I'm putting early morning streams starting now. Hopefully this is my YouTube link and not the latest bouncing boobs videos I was looking at. There we go. Sweet. Now, I'm trying to get my mind out of the gutter these days, but it isn't really working the greatest. Yesterday didn't help. Well, it helped a little. It's like I was kind of getting down the dumps, spending too much time inside, just playing video games all the time. Here, let me see how these video game sales have been going. Land area, fuck. Oh, shit. Alright, thanks everyone. Or Rebecca Reb Keen. You can see she was very kind, and she bought out my metal residue. So that was 107% sale, got me up to 130 and helped improve my profits on that crafting run. So I really appreciate it, Rebecca. I don't know if she's a viewer, she just happened to buy it randomly, but a really big thanks to her. Where was I selling that? Oh yeah, Next Island. So thanks again to the Next Island community. I know some people have been asking, why the hell have I not been at Next Island? Because they got that great stream contest going for the armor. And to be fair, I should be honest, it's like, I'm not, as much as I go for money a lot in Entropia, this armor sounds great and all, and it's like very good monetary prize and stuff. But really, I've noticed lately in life, I don't care where money is really driving people to go. Like, most people just go where the money is, right? So that's what I did for a lot of my life, and I've realized now that I really don't care about money anymore. It's like I have enough for all my resources that I need to survive. Sure, I could hoard more resources and get like a mansion or something, but really I don't feel the desire to do it as much as I used to. So now when it comes time to things in Entropia, I'm more looking for things that I just want to have fun and do. And I get that the Next Island contest for all those cool armor items is really wild and stuff, but a lot of it's just like work. And I've already got enough work on my plate, and I'm trying to fill my life with more enjoyable things. So yeah, it's kind of neat. I would, to be fair, if the contest included my videos too, because I don't Twitch stream and my YouTube videos do not meet the criteria. So really, I can't enter any of my material unless other people give me a referral as like a, what do you call it, those, referral people. I think what they said is that on the contest for the armor, there was a bunch of different ways you could win it by making videos, writing the stuff for the game's lore, but you could also get referred by other people. So really that's my only chance. So I don't know if anyone wants to help refer me, that'd be great. Kind of sucks. I feel like I have made a lot of videos that I thought would have been contributed to some sort of contest like this, but oh well, I understand why they made those rules, because they don't want just anyone to be able to enter, which is kind of weird too. You know, I was thinking about that in retrospect, about how contests work in YouTube. Oh fuck, we actually got some AI here. Like, one of the rules of contests on YouTube, which I think they get from contests in general, is when a contest comes, one of the main rules you have to do for YouTube, if you want to start a contest, is everyone who enters has to be able to enter for free. What do they call it? No cost entry or whatever it is. Because you'll notice that with every contest you hear on like the TV. Was I missing every time there? I fucking shot so many times to kill that guy. Oh fuck you, man. Stop shooting. What the fuck? Why am I randomly shooting? God damn it. Sorry guys, I've never really gotten used to the new controls in Entropia. Just not to say like I was never really that great at the old controls, but That was fucked, man. I don't know, was my gun still shooting or was it just evade symbols coming up from people hitting me? Hopefully that's what it is. I was just freaking over nothing. Now that loot was pretty decent. The hectic situation distracted me. No, so that's one thing with contests I was talking about. You always have to have a way for people to enter your contest that is free. No cost entry. I don't know why they have those rules for contests. I think it's something to do with inclusion. It's like you can't always be excluding people from stuff. And I think obviously you can have contests that charge money and people have to pay to enter them or whatever, but for some reason they don't allow those type of contests on YouTube. Must be something to do with commission or something, I don't know. So anyways, that's what I was thinking, that Next Island should really have focused on their contest, is when they came out with the contest, a lot of people, that was one of the first things they started putting in the chat, was that it sounds like a nice contest and all, but it excluded them. And for whatever reasons those people came up with, they had like, some people said that they don't stream at all, so that they were excluded. And then some people tried to say, hey, you don't actually have to stream. Someone could just refer you for doing good work in the community, or you can write the lore. So I don't know, I think if Next Island really wanted to make this contest more popular, they should have been like, hey, everyone can enter, you don't have to do any work, you can just enter, but people that do put in extra work will get more entries. I know, that's how I did this recent contest, where they had like, it was to win one of those off-grid houses, what do they call it, a bunkie or something? So they had it free for everyone to enter. You didn't have to do any work, like making referral videos or writing lore or anything. Anyone could enter and have one entry into the contest. But if you wanted to get more entries into this bunkie contest, then that's what you could do. You could start referring people, you could write about it, you could do all basically the same shit. So I was like, yeah, if they really wanted wide appeal for this armor contest, it really should have had everyone could enter, and then without even having to do anything, then people that put in extra effort get extra entries. So that's kind of how I would have did the contest, but I don't know, in hindsight they might even evolve the contest. Because I was thinking right there, if I don't like to write lore, and my videos that I make every day don't even qualify, then yeah, I'm not going to be too keen on it, but hey, if I could have a chance at winning just for entering, I would probably track the contest. I'd like get my one entry. Yeah, there's some rocks. Hey, Bonnie's streaming live too. Let me see. Oh wait, no, that was me. No, I was reading the Discord for a second there. I got distracted by it. What's happening here? Why am I at the beginning? Okay. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in the show. It says we got 1 viewer so far. I noticed my Entropia stream, some people just like to watch at work or whatever and don't have time to chat, so I don't mind if you don't give it a like and chat. It's all good. Some people gotta work. Yeah, speaking of work, I got some news. I'm going to be going back to my regular day job of summer work. What is it? Cutting grass, raking leaves, property maintenance in general, landscaping, laying sod, taking out dirt, moving around wheelbarrows of shit. So, yeah, that's what's going to be coming up for this summer. And I figured it doesn't make sense to take a whole another summer off, because really there's nothing I can even do this summer. Our country's still under some degrees of lockdowns. And I can do a lot enjoying the summer just at my own house this year too. I'm souping up the backyard more and more. I put up some new privacy windscreens, so now I don't feel as like I'm going to horrify as many of the neighborhoods when I walk around with no shirt on to go to my pool. Man. Now what happened was we got a big backyard and put in a pool, but then the city, we used to just have train tracks behind our house. So you didn't have any people walking up and down behind our house because there was just train tracks. But then the city put a trail beside the train tracks, and now it's the most busy trail in the whole fucking city. So you have pretty much everyone running past my backyard. And before we used to have just like a regular wire fence so you could see through it, which wasn't so bad when we had like fucking just trains going by. It was very rare that they even went by, just at like 2 in the morning. So it was just like a nice like open wire fence to a field and park. Looked pretty nice. But now we got this fucking trail right there with like thousands of people walking past every few minutes. And sure, it's sometimes nice to look at because you got tons of hot babes jogging past, and it's like really motivating to like get yourself into shape. But yeah, other than that, there's sometimes a lot of criminals, gang members, addicts that are like walking up and down the trails, looking into people's backyards, trying to see stuff to steal. Like, it's pretty much all my neighbors have had their places robbed since they've put in this trail. So yeah, now I decided to put in some privacy windscreens at the back. Seems like kind of a jackass thing to do, cut yourself off from society, but some privacy is pretty nice. The only thing I didn't like about the windscreen, oh, we got some more items. So that was a pretty good run there. We got some decent amount of fruits and rocks. I didn't even check how much, 50, and what was the other stack? 64, nice. Yeah, fruits, rocks, and we killed some AI. So already this episode has turned off pretty profitable. Oh yeah, and we had the auction sales. So I can't complain. Entropia is going good today. Oh yeah, and there was a new person who asked if they could share their Entropia stuff on my page, like Knowing Entropia, the Facebook group. Yeah, and anyone who's got material they want to share, go right ahead. I've actually encountered, like, I don't know, 10 years of different forms of rejection trying to share my stuff. So it's like, I don't really care at all at this point anymore. Like, when it comes to moderation, if it was me, I would just make the internet a free-for-all. Like, I don't really give a shit about censoring stuff or sharing stuff. Like, I know some spam gets annoying, but really you can just turn it off and block it. You really don't have to tell people to not share it, even though it is pretty annoying to have to turn it off and block it. So, and I don't really have like strict regards to what spam is. Like, even if people are like graphic artists or like music makers and you want to share that material, go right ahead too. As long as it's something creative, it's really not going to bother me. I don't know, for me, like, I always figured that's what social media was about, sharing your material with others. That's why I was surprised there's so many strict regulations that share. It's kind of annoying. And obviously all the illegal stuff we can't share. Ugh. But I don't think people are that dumb. It's like no one has to be reminded, oh, doing illegal shit is illegal. I would have guessed that illegal shit was all of a sudden legal. Alright, so what do we want to do today's episode? I would like to buy some Listerium and do another crafting run for those. That'd be pretty fun. You know what's the funniest thing? When I craft these Slim Jims, yeah, I should make more of those. When I craft these Slim Jims, I usually sell each one for 10. And it's weird, eh? People are selling them on auction. You can get 3 of them for 11. So I'm not sure why people sell them for so cheap on auction. And it's weird too, because when I craft them and put one for sale on my booth for 10, it'll sell in like a day or two. So it's not like there's any shortage of people wanting to buy those fucking crowbars or Slim Jims. Maybe that's changed since the last time I tried selling them. Alright, I know what I gotta do. I gotta go over to the booth thing and check what my item stats are like. Like, just see how many spaces I got left. Hey, Shelly's here. Yeah, thanks again for being first. Yeah, I was trying to warn everyone a couple episodes ago. It's going to take a while for me to actually officially hit 1,000, because once my account started to get over 400 subscribers, I noticed the wave. And what I mean by a wave is YouTube does a fluctuation thing, where they constantly scan your subscriber thing and go through removing and deleting spam or duplicates. And sometimes they'll only flag people for a few days. So it'll flag someone's subscription for a few days while they check it, and then if it checks out, they bring it back. So some of the people that just signed up yesterday will disappear and then come back in a few days, if they check out. So I don't know if anyone else's YouTube subscriber thing gets that, but that's what happens with my channel. You can watch it. The subscriber count number will fluctuate by at least 5 or 10 every day. So I was thinking for it to really officially be over 1,000, I'll have to reach like 1,020 or something, because that'll give it a little bit of leeway to be over the 1,000 mark even during the fluctuations. So that's how I figure. I'm not really going to apply for monetization either till I hit 1,100 or something probably. Because that way it'll guarantee that one day I just won't turn it on. I won't have enough subscribers anymore. Alright, so I have enough room for one more item at my shop. What should I sell? Do I have anything that I really need to sell? Can I sell this Imperium combat knife? It looks sick. I doubt I can. Holy fuck, I got some metal residue there. That's good to know. Fuck, man, this knife is so bright, eh? Like, oh, let's put the dagger here. It's like, fuck, man. Can't even see it. It's so fucking bright. I don't know, it's weird. It looks like they're gonna let me sell it. Where did I get this knife from? I could have swore it was one of the free items. Normally the free items you can't sell. Yeah, it can't be traded. That's what I thought. Well, why the fuck did you let me put it in my shop then? Bastard. Get my hopes up. Oh well, I'll take that knife and go stab someone. I'm just kidding. In the game, obviously. Shouldn't joke about that. It's mean. Oh, cannot be traded, cannot be traded. Fuck you and all your cannot be traded bullshit. Hey, 3 viewers and 1 like. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, so try not to get your hopes up too much that I'll be at 1,000 subs right when I see 1,000 subs, because it'll take a little bit more time. And don't worry, what the latest thing happened with me not getting my convention videos done to help increase my subscribers. I fucking bit the bullet, just spent $100 and got a fucking duplicate of the camera that I can't find in my room. Because I was like, man, I already searched for it for like 2 months. If I can't fucking find it in 2 months, it's reached the point where I either call the project and cancel it, or I fucking invest more money into it. Because I've already spent 2 months looking for this goddamn camera. And it's funny, I bet you any money, the day or week it arrives, I'll find the fucking camera I was looking for. It's what happens every fucking time. It's so predictable. Alright, so we got 39 metal residue there. I'll have to pick that up and stack it with the other stack. We'll drop these items off. See how we're doing, if we got any new stacks of fruit. No, we're still only in the... Ooh, we're getting close to that one. 900. Usually when the stack reaches 1,000, that's when I'll take it and put it for sale in my shop. Ooh, we're almost to 1,000 Calden. Yeah, a lot of these rocks are getting high value, so we'll have to sell those soon. Alright, I've been saving up some shrapnel. It's good we got some records. Records we need. Those are one of the things you require to make a... Oh, that's not it. A lot of my crafting requires records. No, there were some people that posted in the chat that they like my idea of having a record store on Rocktropia, so I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Next time I stack up my shop with like 1,000 pet of items, I won't bother doing it with all sweat, but I'll mix it up with a bit of Rocktropia records, cassettes, so people that need it for crafting will actually have a supply place they can pick them up. I know there is a record store in the Tangerine, but I don't know what happened. Lately they're not really stocking shit. Like, they have some in stock, just not the ones I need. Yeah, so if anyone wants, there is already a fucking record store. You can check it out. Yeah, so I should really put the CDs with the other records and cassettes. Yeah, I really wish this AI basic gave a proper markup value. I hate it when it goes just greater than 999. You might as well just put nothing then, unless someone knows how to read that. It's probably a way to open the chart and read it manually. Oh, we got 20 peds worth of wool. Alright, so let's drop that off at the shop. If that sells, that'll help us out. Oh, here's my sweat. I was wondering how much fucking sweat I had. Yeah, presidential pay stubs. Those are the rewards you get from the AI mission. I noticed some people still, I run into, they've never heard of the AI mission. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You're playing Entropia, a real money, cash economy game, and you don't know the fucking AI mission? I know, I had the same problem. But it seems so fucking weird, because it's the best mission in the whole game. It's one of the only ones you can profit every time you do it. And people, I don't know, it's like we're not advertising it good enough. People are just not hearing about it. I've tried making videos to share people about the AI mission. Every time I hear someone in the chat saying they can't profit playing Entropia, they can't profit hunting, I'm like, fucking play the AI mission. You don't have to keep bitching about it, just fucking solve the problem. I know I get carried away bitching and not solving. It's hard to do, but we all gotta try. I'm just putting a little bit more space between this shit because, I don't know, I like a little bit obsessive compulsive, or a little bit, that I like to see everything neat and organized. Even want a space in between there, but that's good for now. I don't want to make this a whole nother episode of me organizing my fucking inventory. Holy shit, 3 likes. Thanks, everyone. Hey, your brother's here. Yeah, I'll try to keep it clean. I know he's only 8 years old. No, to be fair, even though I am a little bit rude with the jokes, in regards to what else is on YouTube, I think it's pretty good. Not pretty good, or not the worst, I should say. No, and this game is for adults only, but I think you're still allowed to watch it. I won't go to the strip club or anything. And the reason this game's for adults only is because it's a real cash economy. Each one of these items in the game, I can actually sell to this thing. It's called the trade terminal. And the trade terminal will give me Project Entropia dollars. And then these Project Entropia dollars, you can cash them out for real money. So this is the only role-playing game that you can, well, not the only. A couple others came out recently, but this is the biggest and longest running real money role-playing game. Yeah, so each one of these items, even though they have a trade terminal price, like if I open it up, you can also check the buyer's price on the auction. Because obviously this trade terminal that the game gives you money for is the lowest price. And then other players who want the items really bad, they'll pay extra to get them. So that's how, because sometimes these items take a really long time to get, or they're hard to get. So when you get one, you can sell it for higher to other players, because they'll pay more than this trade terminal. So that's really the catch in this game. What you're supposed to do is hunt and loot and try to find things that have a really high markup value. Say if something's like 3,000%, that means if the game, this trade terminal was going to give you $1, but the other players are paying 3,000, you can take that $1 and times it by 3,000%. So now when you're hunting those creatures, you don't just win $1, you win $1 times 3,000%. So that's really how this game works. Some people can't seem to get past that concept, and they always keep selling their stuff back to the trade terminal and wondering why they always lose money when they play the game. You have to make sure that when you get your items, you don't sell all of them to the trade terminal, because if you're doing that, you'll never profit. The game is set up so that when you hunt creatures, they always give you less loot than you spend in ammo. And your guns and all your weapons, they all have repair. So even if you use a sword or a knife to kill creatures, you're still going to have to pay to repair it. And then all these repair fees will cost more than the loot that you get from the creatures. That's how the game functions. If they gave you profits just from hunting, the game would go bankrupt, right? Because it's a free-to-play game. No one has to pay to play this. So you can actually make money in this game without ever putting a dime into it. I know there's a few players that have bragged that they've made tens of thousands of dollars and they've never put a dime in. And there's other players that waste $100 a day. They just keep putting money in and never play it well. But to be fair too, when you just pump money in and don't play it well, it can be more fun because it's more exciting. So it's kind of like going to a casino. If you blow a lot of money at the casino, it's more exciting than just gambling slowly, right? Even though you're losing. But technically, Entropia is not a casino legally. Alright, so we're up to a fucking 100 peds worth. Too bad we didn't have this on Next Island, eh? I could sell it. Well, technically I still can sell it here, but it's just harder to sell it. Seems no one wants it. I'm gonna place it somewhere else, actually. It's hard to see there. There, that's a little bit more of a contrast. Dark item, light item. Alright, so this is really, can you believe that? I just sold metal residue for 107%. So you can see how much higher that was over. Thank you for the player in Next Island. People might be wondering, why the fuck would someone on Next Island buy your metal residue for 107%? Probably because they wanted to craft some mining gear and they didn't have enough metal residue to make it. So then they were facing having to ship the metal residue all the way from another planet. And the game usually charges like 20 bucks or Project Entropia dollars to do that. So it actually worked out cheaper for them just to buy the metal residue at my high price of 107 because they didn't have to pay the shipping fee to get it there. So that could be one reason, or they're just really nice. If they're really nice and that's why, thank you a million. Or thank you either way, really. Alright, so 107, we'll put this to 5. So if anyone wants some cheap metal residue, you can swing by my shop. Technically cheap, you won't have to pay the shipping fee. Now obviously if I tried to do that trick on Calypso, it probably wouldn't work because there's so many other players in Calypso that are selling metal residue cheaper or on auction or in booths that you wouldn't actually be able to charge more. Or you could try, but the odds of it working would be slim. Like my dating prospects. I'm just kidding. I gotta stop being so mean to myself. Why? Why do I do it? Now, sometimes I would get down the dumps listening to the ideology that there's like a billion fish in the sea or whatever. But then when you really calculate the numbers, I didn't feel as bad. What I mean by that is like, obviously there's a million fish in the sea or billions they're talking about. But how many people actually live in my city? Because everyone else that lives in different cities doesn't really fit into the available fish because I don't date people in other cities. And then you have to take that number. So there it went down from billions right down to like 200,000, however many in my city. Then you have to take into account that I only prefer one gender. So it's like obviously half the people in my city right there aren't going to qualify. So now you've taken that 200,000 mark and lowered it. Then you have all like obviously the people my age category, so that even lowers it more. It's not like we're in the billions here. No, it is still making excuses, but this whole, well, why can't you find someone in billions of people isn't really that accurate of a statement. Come on, refresh. Is it still 105% even at 1? Oh. No, and I find 90% of people really annoying. No, I'm just kidding. Sad but true. No, it's probably because I'm super annoying too. So if I annoy them, then they'll be annoyed, which annoys me. It's a chain reaction. Alright, so I think we're all set with new items for sale. If anyone wants to help out the shop and swing by, a lot of these are under markup, which I'm surprised because normally my shop is really overpriced. I've been, thanks to the viewers' help and everything that's going out well these days in Entropia, even that Raven Jade Valentine's Day present. Now that I got that, I was able to lower all my item shop prices. So if anyone's upset that they didn't win the Valentine's Day thing, don't worry. You can still make some money off of it if you come and get these deals. Now, if I was another player, I'd be tempted to buy... So I try to think. I'd probably go with one of the stylus hats. Maybe I should lower those so people have a better chance of reselling them. Yeah, let's lower it more. Raven was so kind to hook me up. Let's try to pay it forward and lower some of these shop prices. Alright, if anyone wants a Stylus Trucker 3 hat, now you can get it for 2, and it's normally worth 6. So there's a little bit of a potential markup resale. Oh yeah, and if anyone's low on money, like they don't have money to spend in Rocktropia or on Entropia in general, and they want to get into buying and reselling items, I'll go over a trick to do that. It's one of my favorite tricks, actually. And this is to do with it. The suspense. Now, at one point, what I decided to do when I was playing Entropia early on is that I wanted to buy and resell items because people, like my mentors, are telling me buying and reselling items, it's a good way to make money in the game. So you're like, oh shit, in order to do that, you need a pretty big balance because you got to start buying like 100 peds worth of items or 1,000 peds worth of items. And then once you do that, you're kind of locked into that one item. Like now you say you buy 1,000 peds worth of metal residue and you want to resell it. But now you can't do other trades of other items because you're locked in trying to sell that metal residue and you have nothing money-wise until it sells. So I was like, fuck man, in order to be a good reseller, I need a huge inventory of items and that's going to cost a fucking fortune. So I was like, I can't do it. But then I was like, wait a minute. I found a way that I can have a giant fucking inventory of really cheap items to resell. And I don't even have to buy any of them. Like up front. Technically, you still have to buy them. But you don't have to buy them until you find your sale. And anyone's wondering, what the fuck? How do you do that? What you do is you make a list out of all the sales and like all the good prices on items that you find at shops. So say you could come to Camp Crunk or you could come to Tangerine, go to Raven Jade shop and find a list or make a list of all the items that she has for sale in the game that are under the markup. So you'd be like, oh, you could come to Camp Crunk. You can be like, holy fuck, this hat normally sells for 7, it's for sale for 3 here. So what I would do, once I have that list of all the fucking items that I can find in shops for really cheap, then I go to somewhere like Twin Peaks or wherever you want to advertise it and be like, hey, I have Stylus 3 trucker hats, female and male, for sale for say like 5 or 6 ped, whatever price you want to pick. So for this one I would say I have it for 6 under markup. And then people would look on the auction, they'd be like, holy shit, a Stylus 3 trucker hat for 6 ped? That is under markup. So then they would message you in the chat and they'd be like, yes, I would like to buy the hat from you. So as soon as you get confirmation, there's still a risk that people back out, but sometimes you gotta at least take that risk. So as soon as that person has said that and you're like, okay, let me go get it from my shop storage or whatever. You don't even have to tell them that it's not your shop that you're getting it from. That'll be your little secret, right? So then you just go to your list wherever you had that inventory and make sure that hopefully it's still there and hasn't sold since you've been advertising it. If it has, then you might have to apologize. You'd be like, sorry, I accidentally forgot I sold it already. I know it's a little bit bending the truth and white lies, but technically it's not that bad if you're not ripping anyone off in the process. Like, hey, if you're still giving them a deal, you go to that shop, buy the item, and then sell it to them for 6, they're still happy because they made their under 1 markup, and then the shopkeeper's still happy because they sold their item. They don't have to know that the person who bought it and resold it right away. And I don't even think they would care if they did know. They'd be like, good for you. I think you earned it because you worked your way until you found someone to buy it for a higher price. It's not like it's easy to do. It's still work involved. So I was just thinking, if anyone wants to do that, this is a prime location to do it at Big Daddy's shop, because his material prices for resources here are going to be substantially less than what other people on Rocktropia can find, especially if they don't know where Big Daddy's shop is. Like, if they know where Big Daddy's shop is, well, then obviously they're not going to fall for the trick, or I should call it falling for it, or using your service. So what I could do here is I could advertise in the chat, be like, hey, I'm selling calderite ingot on Rocktropia for 109% if anyone wants them. And then someone's like, oh fuck, I can't find calderite anywhere. So they message you and be like, yeah, I'll buy it for 109%. So then as soon as they tell you how much stacks they want, then you come to Big Daddy's shop, buy it, and then tell them that you'll meet them at Club Never Die or whatever. I know it's kind of mean, and to be honest, like, if you were really fair in the game, you should just tell them, hey, I know where to get it cheaper, come here. But if you really want to profit, that's how buying and reselling works, right? Like, even in real life, Walmart doesn't tell you, hey, we just bought this from like a Chinese supplier. If you called them, and you could get it a lot cheaper than what we sell it for. So I know it is a little bit dishonest, but I would just take it to the point. You could even tell the people that you have a supplier, and I don't think they'd be that upset. And if they really want to know exactly where your supplier is, you'll have to come up with some sort of reason why you can't tell them. Yeah, it's terrible. I didn't even know Big Daddy's got more supplies up here. That's good. And he's got some records. Is he actually selling them? Ah, fuck. They're not actually for sale. I hate when people put items in their shop just to tease you. It's like, oh, did you want to buy some records, did you? Guess what? Look at these records. Are they for sale? Are they? Now, so good work, Big Daddy, with supplying the best resource prices in any shop I've seen. If someone knows a shop with better resource prices than Big Daddy, let me know. Please, don't use the trick on me. I swear, I'll tell you better tricks. Alright, so Camp Crumb cloth crates. If you want to do the missions for some cool items, try these cloth crates. What's his name? Soul, he sells them here. I know, I wish these cloth crates had like a big sign saying like mission here, please click. How many people come up to this crate and are like, hey, is there a mission here? And then click it. Oh well. I'm sure Never Die will spice this planet up one day if we can finally entice him to come back. I know I've been begging him to come back, or maybe not, like, I heard he's still back, but I mean like back isn't like being super active and creating a whole bunch of new planet partners within Rocktropia and updating the maps and graphics and new items. Oh god, I can hardly wait for the next big Rocktropia update. Or at least pass it on to someone who will. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure like Never Die might have reached the situation where he's been soured so much in the game that he doesn't enjoy playing it as much as he used to. I know that happens to me with other things in life. When you get involved with a woman and she shares the same interest, and then all of a sudden something happens, either she dies or you break up or whatever, and then all of a sudden that same interest you had just doesn't have that same appeal because it reminds you of the person you miss, right? It's fucking annoying. I hate how life works that way. Now, it happened to me with a bunch of things over the years. So now I've come to realize sometimes you just need to take a bit of time away, and then you can rekindle that love of something you had once you don't have that same pain anymore, or degree of pain. Hey, look at those hot pants, eh? Let's make sure this is a chick. Alright, yes, hot pants. Sorry, I've been having that problem in Entropia a lot lately. I don't know if I need glasses or what it is. I'm in my 40s now. Woo. Sorry to stare at a woman's butt with not at least saying hello. That's rude. Oh, cool. She's got a tie, too. I wonder if that was something on Monria. I should check it out. Check it out. Here I am fucking scanning people without asking their permission. Will I do anything worse today? Oh, they were given out in the St. Patrick's event on 2019. What event? Where? On Monria? God, I wish there was a little bit more details. Oh, that was during the 2020 event. Fuck. Where are these events? It must have been Monria. I don't know. If anyone knows in the chat, if they could put it, that'd be sweet. Yeah, have a good day, Shelly. Make sure you don't get into any trouble. You can just imagine what you're getting into if you watch my show. I'm just kidding. Now, I'll try to be a better influence on people. Dear God, why do I have to be such a horrible example? I always think I'm trying to be an example of what not to do. If you want to be 50 in your mom's basement, try my strategy. Then emulate me. But if that's not your goal, I shouldn't say that because a lot of people do like staying in their parents' basement. Holy fuck, look how nice this place looks with the better graphics. I don't know, I had my own apartment for 9 years and I kind of really miss it. I'm not really the biggest fan of having to share living space, but it is what it is for the time being. I'm trying to make the best of it. Wow, graphics here are so wild, eh? The only thing I don't like is the shadows. Is anyone else like tempted just to turn shadows off? Like it doesn't look good, right? Like I don't like seeing these shadows everywhere. That looks really shitty, actually. I know it looks more realistic or whatever, but there's sometimes when you have to make a balance in a game of do you want it to look more realistic or do you want it to make it look better? Like more visually appealing. Like video game boobs. How often they draw those perfect, right? Like actual, like real boobs. In reality, they're just trying to make them more visually appealing for the game. Which is odd, because I don't think there's too many boobs I've ever seen that are not visually appealing. Some people, like, I guess, get obsessed with having the perfect shape or size, and it's like, I don't think most guys care. There could be some guys that are, like, so, like, picky that they're like, oh, take those ones away. Not the shape I like. I don't think I've ever heard of such an occasion, but must happen somewhere. Alright, so let's go get to some more action. I need something I could do in the game where, yeah, let's go collect some more free stuff. I don't know, I just like to pick up a little bit of free stuff before I try a big thing that wastes money, like crafting. Or traveling to other planets. I am tempted to travel to another planet because I got a message from a viewer that could help. They weren't sure if it would work, but it's a possible plan and what we should do next. A little bit of intel. Alright, where should we pick up items free first? Let's try noobs. I like the sounds of noobs. Yeah, today on the vape menu is just a bunch of my, or some of my homegrown, and a little bit of drips of oil. I have to exhale it away from the camera now. I used to like blowing it at the camera for fun, like a cool visual effect. I can't anymore because I realize my camera's breaking, and I don't think it's good for the camera to have smoke blowing into it, or vapors. And I've noticed that with my PC as well. It's very close to my camera, so I can't really be puffing a huge cloud of smoke towards it, or vapor, because it has a huge intake fan. So it just intakes all the vapor. I can't have that going in. Yeah, and Canada has finally started to warm up. I'm going to get back to the point where I don't have to wear the same work shirts all fucking winter. No, my wardrobe has been a little bit limited lately because I have clothing for different weights. And it's like my heavier weight, I can really only fit into some of my work shirts. So if anyone's wondering why I wear the same work shirt so many episodes. But I have like 10 of the same one, so that's why it seems like I'm wearing the same one every time. Well, unless I have the same grease stain. Then I'm busted wearing it 2 days, but... No, I do have lots of them. Alright, so there's someone already here. Let's check out Motorhead Stadium. Give a shout out to Lemmy. Good old Lemmy in the afterlife. No, there's so many people that I want to party with in the afterlife. That's one thing I don't really fear death as much as I used to when I was younger. It's like whenever you die, you're getting to go where everyone else is that you miss. So it's really not that bad. Not that you should die right away or anything. You just shouldn't be terrified of death. Ah, fuck, there's people here too. So much for giving a tribute to Lemmy. Wish I could have asked them for a ride. Maybe they're flying somewhere else. Let's watch the direction. Yeah, he's going to space, it looks like. So yeah, we can still fly there. Lucky I watched his flight path. I was thinking he was going right for the stadium. Unless he is and he's just targeting me. Yeah, I know there is a fascination to try to live forever, the whole never die philosophy. I don't know, even if I was handed the opportunity to be an immortal, I doubt I would take it. Just like Gilgamesh. He was the one that turned down immortality as well. And he was one of the ancients that craved it the most because he was half immortal to begin with. So the god said that he could gain immortality if he wanted it, but he turned it down. His was the same reason. He said that he's seen so many of his fellow mortals die that he didn't want to be one of those people that live forever. Hey, there's some signs there. Wasn't I saying that the other day that I seen a Rocktropia sign for sale? It was like 6,000. It's like, fuck, man. I remember the day I almost bought a Rocktropia sign for 2,000. I decided against it. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking that day? I'd like to go back in time and give myself a good fucking slap. Ow! No, I've done that so many times in life. Looking back, I'm like, God, what an idiot. That's why every time I'm doing stuff, I'm never really that positive or that worried about changing my mind, because I'm like, hey, I've been wrong so many times at this point. Oh yeah, got ourselves some kegs. All right, cheers, Lemmy. Thanks for the kegs. Yeah, cheers to everyone else in the afterlife. Lost a lot of good friends and family in the past few years, so it's been trying times these days. Nah, I try to look on the bright side. Who knows? People that are still here, we might be able to get some shit done. Have some good times yet. Nah, it sounded like Vinny Eastwood say. Can't remember how he says it exactly. Something about just because the world's going to hell in a handbasket doesn't mean you can't have fun along the ride. I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good say. Some people are like, oh God, everything's so horrible. It's like, yeah, but you can still have fun. Yeah, it was the funniest. Well, I shouldn't say funny. It's very mean in a way because there has been some racist issues. I agree, but there's some like fucking memes going around on Facebook these days calling Canada the like most racist country or something. I was like, what the fuck, right? Like, dear God, of all the accusations I've heard against Canada, that's gotta be the weirdest one. Especially when you think of the demographics. It's like we're the most multicultural country of all. to call us the most racist. It'd be kind of be like going to the fucking, I don't know, saying that we lack maple syrup or something. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? We have the most. And I agree to some degree, because I was thinking, yeah, maybe other countries would have less racism if they didn't have any other cultures living together. Because then how the hell would you experience racism if everyone in your culture is the same race, right? Or especially where you live. So I think, yeah, on average, like they were saying that Vancouver experiences the most racism towards Asians. I was like, well, don't they have the highest Asian population? It's like, well, I'm pretty sure that would increase the amount of occasions where it happens then. Not that it's actually happening more often. Not that any of it's good, right? Like, racism sucks, and I'm sure some people make mistakes racism and realize it later, and they're like, oh, fuck. Who doesn't make mistakes, right? Like, even in my city, I know like a bunch of old people that used to be racist, and they eventually turned around. So it's not like most people are like, if they're racist once in their life, it's going to be their behavior for their entire life. Let's hope not. Most people learn as they progress, right? I know, like, not even to say all racists are that mean, too, because, like, I've met some racists who actually have legitimate claims. Like, when you go to a native reserve and you people that are racist or natives to the colonizers, it's like, well, yeah, to some degree. It's like, what are they supposed to do? Like, welcome everyone with open arms? Especially if you don't want people coming and taking your land, right? But, yeah, it's still not nice. No, so I shouldn't laugh. I'm sure Canada will overcome it. And leave it to the unions. I was thinking, of all the people to be making the racism accusations, it's always the union, right? It's like they're always their strategy, because they're an organization that unites to fight other people. Like, they're always battling people for money or trying to get this, trying to take rights away from these groups. The union's basically a mob or a gang. And I was thinking, one of the most basic gang mob strategies is to try to defeat the other gangs and mobs that you're against. And what's one of the ways to do that is to divide them so that they make other people fight with themselves. So the union started going on and on last time about the police racism in Canada, and they were calling the fucking police department in Toronto racists. I was like, dear God, man, the police chief in fucking Toronto was black at the time. So I mean, you're calling a black police chief racist to other blacks. I was like, the unions hit lows before, but I was like, that has got to be one of the worst accusations I've ever heard them make. And now they're the ones fucking spreading the fucking, everyone is racist against Asians in Canada. I was like, dear God, union, is that your new ploy to fucking divide your competition? Calling everyone racist against Asian people. I was like, what the fuck? I think their plan's going to backfire, though. Because most people hear the accusations and be like, you gotta be kidding me. And will be even nicer to try to fucking counter it. I really doubt, like, this fucking racism shit. I know there's going to be incidents of it, but I really doubt wide scale fucking everyone just wakes up one day. Be like, oh, I'm going to hate this race today. Yeah, that would be fucked up. Oh, well. Yeah, and Entropia, that's one of the things I was thinking, if anyone hasn't heard the big news in Entropia. I don't know if it has anything to do with Tulane. Maybe someone could fill me in the chat if they know. But you know how there's the one planet that they added has a, I don't know, is it Persian or Arabic? So is Tulane like a, I think it would be Arabic, right? So, I don't know, like there's a, whatchamacallit, the Saudi Arabia prince. He's really into gaming. And he's going around buying up like all the shares, like, I forget how much he spent, something like $3.3 billion. And he's buying up shares in video game companies. So he bought up all the shares in the best games. Like EA, he got them. The ones that make Rockstar, what is it, 2 Interactive or something like that. And yeah, so we got EA, he got Rockstar and all those. A couple other ones. Oh, and he bought all the majority control of an entire video game company that makes consoles. Fucking SNK, Neo Geo. So now the Saudis own that. So I was wondering if maybe the Saudi investors had anything to do with Toolan, or maybe that's just coincidence. If anyone wants to put that in the chat. Because I was always wondering, like, who was it that was pumping all this money into Toolan? Probably isn't cheap to set up your own planet in Entropia. Yeah, so what day is it today? I should check. Is it Saturday? All right. Yeah, Saturday's here. I'm probably going to go for some more exercise, go for a bike ride to the lake. Depending on the temperature, I should really charge the camera and start doing vlogging. Yeah, it's been nice to have access to all the kegs here today. Cheers to Lemmy. See what I got keg-wise so far. Oh yeah, got some decent stacks of kegs. I can't recall, did I finish stacking 1,000 and put it for sale already? Oh, there we go. Recently? Or was that a long time ago? I'm trying to remember. If any of my viewers remember. Hopefully we're getting close to another 10K stack and I can put it for sale. What I like to do is put my kegs for sale in the shop really expensive so that they never sell. But if they do sell, it's like I make a good profit. Because they take so long for me to collect. I don't mind if they take a long time to sell. And that way it helps people that are privately trading, because then they can be, look, you can buy kegs at that shop if you want, or you can buy it for my price, which would be slightly under. I think usually I charge 300%. So that way people that sell it for $250 on the street can still get sales. And then I'll occasionally get a sale and sell the whole stack. Sometimes what I'll do is buy kegs for $175 or 200% and then try selling them or reselling them. Yeah, my watch is bitching. It's like, man, get back to walking and exercising. So I'll try to tell it that I'm going soon. I won't spend 4 hours streaming today. I wonder if anyone recorded streams of what the old fucking Motorhead Keg Stadium used to look like. It'd be neat to compare the images of the two. This does kind of tempt me to drink a little booze. I'll stick with apple juice for now. It is like 9 in the morning. Should wait till I get back from biking before I start pounding back booze. No, I definitely don't agree with biking and boozing. I know it's tempting because I got a big backyard, so I can get hammered and go biking in my backyard and experience what it's like. I mean, it is pretty fun. But I wouldn't want to do it on roads or anything because that'd be risky and illegal. I'm pretty sure biking drunk in your own backyard is still okay. I don't think that's against the law. Or does it count? They'd be like, oh fuck, if that's the case, I was not drunk. I was sober drunk. No, it's like swimming and drunk. I don't think you're allowed to swim drunk at the beach, but you're allowed to swim drunk at your own pool at your house, right? It's fucking dangerous as hell, so you probably shouldn't be doing it, but... Now, I've had some close calls, because I like to get hammered or at least smoke weed and swim in my backyard, and that's pretty dangerous too. Because what I would do is lay at the fucking bottom of the pool, and then just have my fucking nostrils sticking out of the water and nothing else. And then watch bats fly around. Yeah, because my backyard, just before it gets dark, bats will fucking swoop down and eat all the mosquitoes that are flying around. And if one or two is flying around above the pool, they'll fucking swoop right down and eat them. It's pretty fucking trippy. I don't know if anyone's watched pigeons fly and shit. That's what Mike Tyson's into. I'd say watching bats fly is even trippier. That's what I should do. One day I'll try to get onto Mike Tyson's podcast and talk to him about fucking bat watching. Because I know he's really into the pigeon watching. No, I don't really think I could really do an interview with Mike Tyson in person, but maybe over a podcast. I'd be too freaked out. I don't know what it was. When I stood next to Mike Tyson in real life at a convention, he scared the shit out of me. And it was one of those, what is it, sixth sense reactions? You know, when you're like, all of a sudden your hair stands on your arms and you're like just chilled to the bone. It's like I got that when I stood next to Mike Tyson. So I was like, I'm pretty sure he has some sort of like paranormal energy around him. I don't know how he got it or if it is really that. After I heard him talk about all of his philosophy about ancients, I was like, okay, that could be part of it. No, because they were saying that people that have that type of like energy around them could be like tapped into like ancient fucking philosophies and stuff that had ways of summoning that shit. I know in modern times we don't even believe in summoning and stuff, but there was definitely entire peoples and generations that were into it. I think what it is in modern times, summoning still exists, but we do it by accident usually, because we don't even know how the fucking shit works anymore. Or to some degree people do it and know. Yeah, that'd be fucked up when science and technology catches up with like fucking paranormal shit, where we actually have paranormal technologies. A machine that could summon people. Alright, so I think what I'll do, instead of running non-stop, since I'm the only person here, I'll let these fucking kegs build up for a few seconds and we'll open up some other material, see what's been happening. It's been an hour since I've got the stream started, so I'm just going to quickly check out some of my referral links. If anyone wants to check them out, it's just for cryptocurrency stuff. If anyone's not into cryptocurrency, don't worry. I won't even bother putting it on the screen anymore. You can just check out the referral link if you're into it. If not, I won't shove it down your throat. No, here it is. So I'm at 159,902 Satoshi. And that's the pennies of Bitcoin. And I owe a big thanks to all my viewers who've been helping me raise it. Because I'm not really into the gambling part. There is gambling features on free Bitcoin, but I usually just stick to using it as a cryptocurrency wallet. Because I love having a wallet for it. Before I didn't even know how cryptocurrencies work. So now I actually have a wallet. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and they have free loot boxes. So I open a free loot box about every hour. So that's what I'm opening now. Alright, so I opened it and I got 3 Satoshi, 2 lottery tickets, and 4 reward points. So that's what I got from the loot box today. And they do change the loot box occasionally, but sadly it's usually always less. I don't think I've ever seen them change it to more. Hopefully one day they will. Alright, let's check how many referrals have been helping me at free Bitcoin. We're up to 91? What the fuck? Last time I checked it we were at 88, so thanks everyone. Appreciate the new people signing up. I know it's not easy to start off a balance, but if you're sharing the links and you got other people helping you, that's usually the best way. So if you create your own content like a website or a YouTube channel or something, it's definitely not a bad way to start if you're into crypto. And if you're into gambling addictions, you should probably stay away from it because it'd probably be too tempting to just use the wallet. It's so directly tied to the casino. But anyways, the second one is BetFury. And the one reason I like this one over the other Bitcoin place, you can use both, but they have loot boxes and they give away a different cryptocurrency called Beyonce. Oh yeah, and that's what they have here. Not only do they have Satoshi like Bitcoin, but they got Ethereum, Tron, BitTorrent, and BFGs. And BFGs are the shares of the actual casino itself. Ah, fuck. Someone just got here and started collecting the kegs. I was going to say that happens every time I stop moving. Someone shows up and starts collecting them. You son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to the kegs. Hey. Oh yeah, that was a double stack. No, I won't hog all the kegs. This guy looks like he's a new player just by judging by his outfits. So if you want to help out the new players, try not to just take all the kegs on them. Try to share them. I'm sure Lemmy would say, hey, share those kegs with your fellow Entropians. Don't be a fucking hoarder. I know I get fucking hoarding addiction the worst. I literally just lost $100 this week because of hoarding. Fucking hoarded so much junk in my attic that sorting through it, trying to find my camera for 2 months, and I couldn't find it. So I had to reorder the same camera so I could fucking play the tapes. Son of a bitch. Nah, it's not the end of the world. At least I was able to find the camera for $100. It didn't cost thousands. I was fucking paranoid of that. Alright, what do we got? Referrals. Yeah, the only thing with the loot boxes on BetFury, you're collecting Beyonce. Well, they also have one for Satoshi. But the Satoshi loot box is pretty small, so I usually don't even bother opening it. Why? Because you have a CAPTCHA. And the CAPTCHA is actually pretty challenging. If anyone thinks they can beat CAPTCHA no problem, then try your hands at this. It's fucking challenging. No, they have like the most advanced CAPTCHA I've ever seen. It's like I'm not a robot and I still can't pass this CAPTCHA. Now some people call me robotic, but I swear I'm not a fucking android. Holy fuck, man. My referrals on this one are up to 92, and every time I come to check, they've been helping me out so much. It's funny, it's like this BetFury one, even though I have less referrals, it's really cashing in the fucking cryptocurrencies quicker. Alright, so I'll just check out the free balances or the balances of cryptocurrencies if anyone's interested, and I'll include Project Entropia dollars. And all the other ones that are on here are actually, they're tied to BetFury. So these ones you can all get on BetFury with these free loot boxes and shares of the casino. The shares of the casino on BetFury work the same way that Calypso Land Deeds do, where you get a share, except this is for a casino. And Bitcoin wallet system. Anyways, yeah, so there's Bitcoin. It's up 0.5% today. It's at 59,000. Ethereum's at 18,000. It's up 1%. Beyonce's up 1%. It's at 269. Tether is the same as Entropia, Project Entropia dollars. It's up 0.13. Tron is 21% up. Holy fuck, 21% up. Dear God, that's good for Tron. Holy son of a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. BitTorrent is up 8. Is that? Yeah, BitTorrent is up fucking 85% today. Dear God, I wish I invested in BitTorrent. Not that I'm an investment advisor. I fucking suck at investing. Can you believe it? And when I was a kid, or not a kid, like in my 20s, I fucking invested $2,000 and I had a choice between Bitcoin and Project Entropia dollars. Can you guess which I picked? I made some money, I shouldn't complain that much, off the Project Entropia dollar investment, but if I would have invested in Bitcoin, I would have made like hundreds of millions. So I was like, oh fuck. But you can't curse yourself in life. There's more to life than money. Alright, so let's go try to collect some money. Now, looking back, I always joked, or not even joke, I'm serious. The Chinese farmer tale. How the Chinese farmer, I don't know if anyone's heard the story. If you've listened to my show, you've probably heard it a fucking million times. Now, the Chinese farmer was just this guy. It's like an old wise tale that people would always say when something really bad happened. He'd be like, was it bad? And they'd be like, what do you mean, was it bad? And it's because, like, so many things in life are so unpredictable that even when something bad happens, it can actually lead to something that was good that you needed, but just happened to be some bad shit along the way to get there. Now, I think his example is when his son was working in his field, like his farmer's field, and he broke his leg. So everyone in the village is like, holy fuck, man, your son broke his leg. This is a disaster, right? And then he kept going, is it? Is it? And everyone's like, what are you, a fucking crazy old man? Of course it's a disaster. Your son broke his leg. And he kept just saying, is it? Is it? And then what happened was the next day, the fucking army came and they needed some kids to join the army. So they took all the boys from the village, except for his son. No, they said sadly that all the kids died. So it's like, he was lucky that he broke his leg. Actually saved his life. So that's why I try to look at the whole not investing in Bitcoin. You never know, right? Like, some people cursing that they could have invested in Bitcoin could have used the money and got addicted to like heroin or something, right? Like, you never know. And then would you look back and say, hey, maybe if I didn't get those hundreds of millions of dollars, I wouldn't have gotten addicted to heroin, and then I'd be fucking better off for it. So you really can't curse yourself. Dragon Ball even talked about it. Goku, he's like, he did the same thing. He fucks up so many times, but he never curses himself. Because he's like, you never know. Life is that uncertain. It's like dumb people need that as a saying to live by, because we experience it every day. There's hopefully something good coming of it. The Forrest Gump luck. No, some days I feel like Forrest Gump. All these people will be surrounding me and they'll be like, holy shit, you organized this amazing thing to happen. And then I kind of think to myself, did I? It was just dumb luck and everything fell into place. I just don't tell them that. Yes, I organized this. Was it an excellent plan? Yeah, that's why you gotta always try in life. Some people get frustrated because they're not too smart, or they're not the best looking, or they're not the skinniest. It's like, you really don't have to have any of those qualities to still be successful. It's a weird thing that our society thinks that. Now, that's what happened when I was jogging yesterday. I ended up seeing a woman that was at least maybe my age, or a couple years older. Could be wrong. But anyways, when I seen her jogging, I was like, holy fuck, man. She was like one of the hottest chicks I'd ever seen. And then I started to think about it. I was like, dear God, man, if like 10 years ago you told me that I was like finding a 40-year-old woman like the hottest I'd ever seen, I would have never believed it. It's because their society sort of like tells you that you're always going to find 20-year-old women the hottest. And you're never going to change that. You're always going to find them the hottest. But then I started to realize that that really isn't the case. As you age, you start to find people your own age more attractive. It's like I look at 20-year-old girls now and I'm like, Jesus, like they're almost like kids compared to my age. So I'm like, what the fuck, right? It's like I find people more my age attractive, which is something the media never really tells you. So a lot of girls or women end up growing up thinking that they're only going to be attractive in their 20s. And it's like, you don't have to start like using plastic surgery and trying to look 20 your whole life. If you're okay with other guys your own age finding you attractive. Who knows? Maybe other guys find older women attractive too. Shelly made it back and no one else has chatted. No, Shelly, what happened is I found out one of my viewers in Entropia works at a pizza store. And he says the funniest thing is he can't really listen to the show and chat and interact with the live ones. But he puts it live in his pizza store. So there's a store in the States where you can buy pizza where the show is playing live, depending what time he plays it at. He might actually just play the replay of it. I was thinking, wouldn't that be the weirdest if you walked into a pizza place and you heard this play? You'd be like, what the fuck? It's like, what the hell are you listening to? It's like, oh, this is YouTube. Oh, that explains it. Now, the media does try to portray so much different lies, and then it's almost kind of funny for me to even turn on the TV and watch it sometimes. I like to like turn on CNN and like watch it and like just watch what their commercials are. It's like, have you ever seen what the commercials are on CNN? It's like, that really should tell you right there, like just by looking at who the commercial breaks are for the fucking shows. Speaking of, we should get to my sponsor message in a sec. No, but anyways, like CNN's commercials, not to make fun of it or anything, but a lot of it was like big pharmaceutical companies. Like a lot of them were like, hey, buy this drug, buy this drug, buy this drug. And I was like, whoa, that's a lot of drugs for sale that CNN's pushing. And then I was like, what else do they have for commercials? And then there was commercials for side effects from drugs. Like, did you get this side effect? Did you get this side effect? Did you get this? I was like, holy fuck, man. I was like, dear God, like the people that are taking this as their Bible, like CNN, and living by it, they're taking these drugs and then getting all these side effects and suing each other. It's like, this is a fucked up situation. I don't hate on people that get involved in that, because I was caught up in that CNN stuff for a while too. Especially around 9/11. When 9/11 occurred, I was like glued to CNN. I used to watch it every day like the Bible. Even more, like I would watch CNN more than church. But eventually I got sick of it, and then I started to see some patterns. Like really, you can only watch the same propaganda for so long before you're like, holy shit, what are they trying to sell me here? I don't want to buy any. Now, there is some cool stories on CNN. Like, they did a story on magic mushrooms I thought was really good. They covered how some cancer patients were dying, and they started to get prescriptions for magic mushrooms because it was helping with their cope with the symptoms of dying. And they said the weirdest part was some people would take the magic mushrooms, and it would give them a positive outlook on death, to the point where they no longer feared dying, which was like really therapeutic for people that are actually dying of cancer. But they said the weirdest part was some people would get such a positive outlook that their cancer would go into full remission, so they would survive. It was like, what the fuck, right? So they can't say the mushrooms cured them, but it was almost like their whole perspective on life cured them. I don't know if that's even possible. I definitely can't say it that it would be, because you get taken down off YouTube and sued, bro. So I was like, wow, that was kind of fucked up. So when I heard that story on CNN, I was like, all right, I'm definitely not going to hate on everything CNN's pushing, because, hey, if they were willing to admit that happened with fucking magic mushrooms, I was like, that was pretty good journalism. But they didn't have any commercials for magic mushrooms, so that's why I didn't trust them. All right, let's get to my message. The sponsor break.
Today's show of Entropia keg collecting was brought to you by Crack. Crack. It'll fuck you up. Woo!
There we go. Trying to pick the right screens. It's so difficult. Got too many monitors. The only times it comes in handy is for watching boobs bounce. Alright, so what else do we got? Alright, I think we've got enough kegs for today. I'm surprised no one else came to collect. I should have left the kegs for that other guy. That was so mean to me to go and collect them. He was a new player. Fuck, now I feel like a complete jackass, even more than usual. Alright, so maybe I'll try to find him at the sweat area and hook him up some kegs if I can find him. I think he was wearing a green sweater. If anyone remembers what he looked like. If he's watching the show, just let me know. I'll hook you up with some kegs, buddy. I feel bad for stealing them all, or picking them all up. That's the worst thing about greed in life, right? You ever notice that? It gets to you to the point where you get so greedy, you're like, God, I feel bad about it now. I wonder if Bill Gates ever gets that feeling. No, just kidding. Now, I know a lot of people like to rip on Bill Gates. I'm sure he does some nice things. He did make Windows for us, right? That's why I always try to cut him some slack. He did some decent work on Xbox. Made a decent operating system. I know a lot of people like Linux better. I just wish he didn't want to play my doctor. Like, I don't really trust his medical degree if he has one. When he comes up with ideas for my health, I'm like, I really don't trust you. Like, I don't even barely trust him with Windows, to be honest. My issue is trusting smart people. Bill Gates seems me as quite smart, and usually smart people have a tendency to be evil geniuses. I don't know, a lot of today's society, we don't usually associate that anymore. Why we started assuming smart people are really nice. There are some really nice smart people, but you got to be careful of them, because in a lot of cases smart people do what's best for them, right? No, it's like the Spock thing. I guess he was one of the few smart people that he put the needs of many before the needs of few. Or maybe that's where that came in, right? Bill Gates is putting the needs of many ahead. That's why he would do what he wants with medical stuff. So screw smart people. No, who knows? Maybe this is all going to work. I'm just very skeptical of what's been happening in our situations. They're having massive outbreaks with everyone that took the thing we're not allowed to talk about. And it's all the new style one. So it's like, dear God, it's like, where did this new style come from? Why is it spreading so much? And why is it always the people who took the thing that's supposed to be helping? Sure, it has nothing to do with it. Yeah, it's not a great topic to be talking about just as I'm heading into monetization. 5 people away. It's like, hey, let's talk about what gets channels banned. Dear God. Yeah, thanks everyone. 3 viewers and 5 likes. Appreciate it. Or vice versa, what I just said. Oh yeah, I said it was getting away from the kegs. I can't stop collecting them. It's like a game of fucking Mario, right? Oh, there's just one more coin I can pick up. Just one more coin. Or it's like people playing poker. I can just get one more hand. One more hand. Now, if anyone has ideas of what they'd like to see me craft, it was funny, when I was in Big Daddy's shop today, I forgot to check if he had any Listerium. Did anyone happen to notice during that point of the episode? It's like, dear God, I should really pick up some Listerium. Alright, there's no point me running in circles if I'm not even looking at the screen. Man, I'm so glad I started freezing my weed again. My last harvest season weed tastes like the day I picked it. Why? Because I put it in the fucking freezer and shrink wrapped it. Or vacuum sealed, whatever they call it. I started trying that jar method. I've never tried a method that's worked worse. I can't believe people swear by it. They must have some really weird climate in their house where it makes the jars work. Like a fruit cellar or something, I don't know. I tried the fucking jar method in my house, fucking ruins the weed in like a week, sometimes even 2 weeks. It's like, what the hell? Who's saying this helps their weed? Someone was telling me that the jar method is supposed to age it and make it like, have like a curing effect or something. I was like, whatever. I find weed tastes the greatest like the day you pick it. Why would you want to cure it? It already tastes amazing. I'd have to try the difference where they showed me some that have been cured and not. So I could be like, okay, which do I actually like better? Because so far I've tried curing, and every time I've cured it, it tastes way worse. Just ages and goes stale. Alright, so that should be it for kegs. I think we picked up enough for today's episode. When we get back to my booth at Camp Crunk, I'll just swing by and check, see how many kegs we got for sale and how much we need to get another 1,000 stack. It'd be cool if we were close to 1,000 now. Hey, we made it up to 4 likes. Thanks, everybody. And if anyone hasn't subscribed to the channel, we're 5 away from monetization. We made it to 1,000 at one point yesterday, but YouTube went through it and removed a few. So now I'll have to try to get another 5, which they'll probably remove. You never know when you have 1,000 subscribers too. People might just be going through their list and be like, oh, I'm just gonna unsubscribe to some games I don't play anymore. Alright, I think to get back, what I'll do is go outside and look for some fruit. There's usually some good fruit up here, but no one gets it because there's so many enemies. Already got some deer after me. Come on, fruit, where are you? This is the land of plentiful fruit. Must be near the tree. Hopefully I don't run too far. Oh, there we go. Oh, sweet. Thank God. Potato Memes just responded back. He made it. No, everyone was praying for you, I think, man. If you check out the Discord group. Yeah, thanks for hanging on. I know these days it's a lot of people want to throw in the towel because life is so hard in general, but man, we got to keep fighting, right? Still got a chance if you're still breathing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. Like, I've heard of people losing all their blood before, so you got to try to hang in there. No, I can't remember how long it took for my dad to recover, but he had all of his blood gone, where he was on like 100% other people's blood. I didn't even know that was possible. And then it takes a while for your body to restore all your regular blood, so it's going to be a bit of a recuperation, I'm sure, but my dad made it back to 100%, I think. He didn't have any external injuries other than the surgery, though, so I guess you'll have those, too. Now, I forget, what surgery did my dad get? Something to do in his neck or his throat or something. For sleep apnea. Alright, so let's go to Camp Crunk and... Now, some people think praying's a joke, but you never know. Some people have like miraculous recoveries, so it's like, why don't you just try it? Even if it is a joke to some people. Alright, so we're gonna swing by the storage. We'll drop off some items. Now, I'll let everyone know in the Discord group for you that you started to recover. It's good news. I know, you sounded really touch and go there. Merge to stack. Holy shit, we picked up 40 kegs. That was good. Oh yeah, we already got a 10 stack for sale, right? We're up to another case or stack. Are the kegs still for sale or did they sell already? Oh yeah, they're still for sale. That's good. So what happens is, once I save up another 10k kegs, and these haven't sold, then I'll lower the price to 29. Then I'll let it go for a few days, and then if it still doesn't sell, maybe a week later I'll lower it to 28. But usually by the time I collect a whole nother 1,000, the 30 will already have sold. So hopefully we won't have to lower the price, but we might have to if we save up another 1,000. But as you can tell, it's going to be quite a while before I save up another 1,000. Just getting 40 took quite a while there. Alright, maybe let's check out the ice place. I kind of like that one. If anyone's ever wondered what Never Die does, he makes great arrangements. He got this whole place set up with the fucking movie industry. So I really appreciate Never Die and his project doing that. Especially because it has an oil rig. It's still operating all these years later. Yeah, and potato memes, if you're stuck immobile for some time, don't worry when it comes to videos about watching stuff outside. If you want to see what Canada looks like, I'm going to start my video series in about, I'd say, less than a week. Yesterday was almost warm enough. It was at the point where we were like 2 or 3 degrees away. I went to the lake. There was a lot of ice still in the water, but we're getting to the warmer and warmer every day. So it's really just like a week away, maybe 2 weeks top. I really can't see snow coming back now. It's been gone for a long time. Dear God, like a month we haven't had snow. Or fresh snow. Yeah, if there's any parts of Canada that you want to see, I'm pretty much limited to the city I'm near because they're still pretty strict with the government lockdowns and shit, but I'm not even taking chances using public transit yet because I don't really trust it either. Although yesterday when I went out, I seen the buses and streetcars in my city and they were packed to capacity. So I was like, there's no anyone real enforcing social distancing on public transit, so it must be safe, or I guess everyone's getting the virus. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's half and half, eh? Some people are getting it, some aren't. Fuck, man, this is a lot of wolves. I gotta try to trap them. If they keep hitting me, it makes getting the oil harder. So what I'd like to do is take them the hell away from here. Come on, here, wolves, wolves. Are all those other wolves still chasing me? Yeah, they're there. Come on, guys. Alright, so hopefully these bastards will be stuck here. At least for the time being. Until the game respawns them closer to the fucking oil rig again. But I don't think we'll have to worry about them attacking me here. So if anyone's wondering if you're at this oil rig and those fucking wolves are giving you a hard time, that's usually what I do. Oh fuck, or the fucking fire explodes and kills me. Son of a whore! Hey, here's this guy again. Alright, so I'll let him have the oil since I just took all the kegs on him. As I say that and take oil. I'll say hello again. Don't be so rude. I guess I could give him some kegs, but I already dropped them off in storage. Now the reason he's carrying that axe, if anyone doesn't know, that's the maze axe. So what you can use that is to run faster. Right, I'll try to lure some more of these wolves away. Oh fuck. There you go. Can hang out with the other wolves. Look at that pack, eh? I don't see them getting back to the fucking oil rig anytime soon. Alright, I think I helped that guy out enough. Got a lot of wolves away for him. Try to pay back some of the karma for stealing all Lemmy's booze on him. Oh, we got some fruit. See? If you try to repay some of your mistakes in life, boom. The universe says, good job. Take some bombardos. Why is he taking them to the turret? If he takes them to the turret, then they all come back to the oil rig. Oh god, what an idiot. No, I shouldn't say that. Maybe he generally thinks that's good. Or is he leaving the oil rig? Well, if he's leaving the oil rig, I guess I might as well stay. I was going to leave it so he could take the oil, but looks like he's doing one of those runs where you just go from location to location. Holy shit, this guy's selling Motorhead kegs at 190%. Holy shit, the auction's selling them for even less. I don't know why people would sell those for so cheap. They take forever to pick up, and there's no way to get them other than picking them up. So you could really jack up the price because they're used in tons of blueprints. It's one of the most sought after commodities. So why you would sell them for that cheap? I don't know. Well, I guess it's because you can't wait for someone. Oh, he's back now. What the fuck? Unless it must be two guys that just look identical. Lucky I didn't give him the kegs. Yeah, there is a whole bunch of people here. Alright, let's get the hell out of here and do some crafting then. Yeah, I was checking out some of the latest video game graphics. I was like, holy fuck, now I see why people call Entropia bad graphics. Like, it really does look like a 20-year-old game now. I don't know if anyone started the debate on their YouTube channels, but when does MindArc plan to upgrade the engine? Like, I know some people might be thinking that upgrading the engine's not possible, but we've already seen it happen in Entropia once. They've already upgraded the engine. So, like, not like just upgrading the engine to a better version, but I mean like a whole new engine. So when do they plan on doing that with Entropia next? Are they going to keep it going like another 10 years, or what's the plan? Or maybe the plan is never upgrading the engine? I don't know. I was thinking Entropians, we should really start banding together, like almost like crowdfunding, and start making some demands of what we'd like to see in the game when they get the new engine. One thing I'd like to see for the new engine, it doesn't have to be the greatest graphics in the world, but I'd like to see it be able to run on both Android, like APKs, and fucking regular computers. So that way we can include the entire cell phone market, because there's like way more people that play cell phone games than there is that play console or even computer games combined. So that's really the main step that we need for the next engine. I think that should be one of the requirements. And I don't think it's that impossible, because really this engine is 20 years old, right? I know some purist might be like, oh, we want to keep this engine forever, but I don't know. Like, I've seen how they updated the engine last time, and so many things transferred over almost seamlessly that I was like, holy fuck, switching engines really isn't that bad. depending if they do it right. And it would be a big risk that they would change the engine and it would suck, or sucks balls so bad. But let's hope that doesn't happen. I think it's a chance they got to take, though, because really other games are going to start coming out with way better graphics and offer the same shit, even better. Yeah, it'd be so nice too, because a lot of times I do streaming of Android games like APK, and a lot of people are like, oh god, this Entropia game sounds great, how do I install it on my phone? I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't. It's not an Android APK compatible. So that's a big issue we got with the game right now. I don't know if they're ever going to address that. Well, I think they tried to when they came out with like Compet, but I don't know, it's like Compet really isn't like Entropia, right? That's not good enough. And it failed on its own. If they had it linked somehow to Entropia, I think that would have gave it a lot bigger of a boost in players. But their decision to make it an entire separate game, that really hung it out to dry. And not to say I didn't like Compet. I played it right till I beat the whole game. And I liked the game. The only thing I didn't like about it was the gambling part. And I never got really good at it, and I should have tried more. Because, man, it was kind of fun, but I don't think there was enough players gambling to make it worth it, even though they gave everyone tons of free money to start gambling. Alright, so big shout out to everyone here in the Sweat community. It's nice to interact with people in the Entropia universe. I know some people give sweating a hard time, but really, when else do I interact with other players the most? No, lately, to try to get back into shape for spring, I've started to do 20 arm curls and 10 shoulder raises just before I start recording each show. So that way I can make sure that even though I'm streaming for a long time, that I don't fucking get so lazy, because I actually did some exercising just before I started. I know it kind of gives my muscles time to recover, so maybe I'll do it before and after the show now. Hey, it's Romel. Hey. I should ask him if he's watching the stream. If he isn't, we might have a new viewer. Alright, so let's another big shout out to Mad. That was nice of him to buy it, or place a bid. Rebecca for buying it out, big shout out. And you'll notice that I actually made extra profit that time because I got a lower auction fee because I started the bid at less than it was even worth. So some people can say that was a risky fucking trick I tried, but hey, you can check it fucking worked that time. There's definitely times it doesn't work. Check out the archive. Alright, so hopefully we'll be saying hi to... Hey, Shelly's brother joined too. Hey, Shelly's brother. I like your new name. The other one was kind of funny. That's why I kind of wish I had a sister. When my brothers and me fought, it wasn't really that much. Seems like brothers and sisters fight extra. Oh, he can't watch the streams because he'll lag. Yeah, I hear ya. Yeah, my computer's not, well, it used to not be the fastest. So far, so good. I gotta finish the editing to get my review of this computer finished. Maybe I'll work on that today. Because, man, it was fun. I had some bad problems with this computer. Was ready to throw in the towel. Got really upset. Then I ended up manning up and fucking trying to get everything resolved. Going through the warranty. Got it all fixed. And here we are. So knock on wood, it'll keep working if I don't keep blowing smoke into it. Exhaling away from the computer. Yeah, thank God potato meme survived. Yeah, I hear ya. Yeah, I don't know. That's been my issue with Entropia over the years. When I first started playing Entropia, it was on the old engine, so my computer could run it no problem, my old computer. Then they came out with the new engine for Entropia, so it was like, fuck, shortly after I started playing it, I couldn't play it anymore, because now my computer couldn't run the game. So then I took years to save up to buy a new computer, and then I was able to run Entropia again. And that was actually right around when I got my own apartment. So I was lucky when I got my own apartment, I was able to start playing Entropia again. Yeah, that was a wild adventure. So many days of playing Entropia, enjoying my own place and privacy. It was pretty sweet. The only time I wasn't playing Entropia then is when I was working. And I used to work 80 hours a week, so I didn't have much time for Entropia. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was horrible back then where I would work 80-hour weeks and I would almost never sleep so that I would still have some free time after work. So I'd be getting like 2 hours, 3 hours sleep a night for like months, even years on end. It eventually catches up with you. Surprise, surprise. No, I even had comments at work. Sometimes people would ask me, like, dear God, are you even sleeping? You look so tired. And I'm like, well, not really. Little bits here and there. No, some people are like, why do you have circles under your eyes? Well, it's because I never sleep. It seems to have that effect. I'm going to try to take this guy to the turret because I like to help the sweat community. If we have a whole bunch of dry fucking haters around, it doesn't help. You'll notice that he won't attack you. It'll say the creature is dry. But if you keep shooting at him, eventually he turns on you. You won't get sweat from him, but at least you can drag him to the turret without wasting ammo. Technically, you could just shoot him once, but it depletes the purpose of trying to get items for free if you're wasting ammo. Yeah, this is taking forever to load. I think I will start to have to wrap this stream up soon. Yeah, if anyone else has got any game questions, Entropia or Clone Evolution related, just let me know. Not sure what time the Clone Evolution show is going to be. Definitely going to be later today. I'm going to need a bit of a break. I'm already losing my voice. Too much live streaming lately. That's one thing if you're wondering about what kind of jobs you can do as a kid growing up to get you ready to be a better podcaster. Try to get like a telemarketing, or not necessarily telemarketing, but at least call center jobs where you talk on the phone all day. Because it'll get some strength into your voice where you start getting used to being able to talk to like 8 hours at a time non-stop. Normally people aren't used to that because you hardly ever talk for 8 hours non-stop. I found that's what tended to help. I know some people are like, how do you talk for 4 hours non-stop? I'll be like, well, my old job I had to talk for 8 or 10 hours non-stop. And as fast as I could. So when you work in call centers, they're usually on a timer. So you have to talk as fast as you can. I guess still slow enough that everyone can understand you, but Now, I tried almost every call center job there was. Even video game call centers. That was pretty fun. Can't say which ones because it was in our contract. You're not allowed to talk about it, but it was pretty cool. It was one of the big 3 consoles. That's what I love about my city. As much as it's getting like too many people with migration, one of the other nice things about too many people is you get lots of job opportunities. Like fucking all the jobs come here because there's so many people. Some people might argue with that and say, oh, there's too many people, you can't get the jobs. Well, it might be harder to get the jobs, like application wise, there's a lot of people applying, but at least the job's here to begin with, right? Holy fuck, look how many people are here sweating. Now, so that's some of my outdoor vlogging series. I'll try to give everyone a little look at some of the video game studios that I live near. I've never really looked at them too closely either. I probably won't be allowed to go in the building. Well, 99% chance no. But I'll be able to look out outside, be like a spy, investigate them. Maybe I'll show you what it looks like around the studios where the people go to eat and work. So you can see if you want to get a job in this area, what it looks like. Pretty much people from all over the world come here, so it shouldn't be that hard to migrate here, even no matter where you live. Yeah, I could try doing it earlier Clone Evolution stream. I'll have to do a good break though, and I'll have to go move my uncle. Probably the earliest I'll be able to do it, I don't know. My uncle's usually done at 1, but yeah, I want to go outside and get exercise today too. If I do too many early live streams, then yeah, I'll be fucked because then I won't have any time outdoors. We'll see what the weather's like. If it's cold and miserable, I'll probably pass on it, just stay inside and do Clone Evolution. But if it's really nice outside, there's really hot weather, I'll probably go outside and enjoy it. I can't get stuck in a rut where I'm inside too much. Especially after just going through winter. Canadian winter. This winter was the one time it went the fastest. I think of what it was, is I wanted winter to last a really long time. Because I was like, fuck, I need more time, I need more time. I wanted to make more money shoveling. I wanted to have more time to lose weight before spring. And because I wanted winter to last so long, it just flew by. Almost felt like it was 2 months, and that was it. Yeah, it's probably the trick to enjoy a job you really hate. If you can find some way to love the job, the time will go way faster. Yeah, sometimes people are asking what are some of the jobs I did and what was some funny stories. I forgot. One of the most boring jobs that I ever had, I couldn't believe how boring it was. It's like to rate it on a scale of like 1 to 10, how boring, it was like a fucking 11. No, but what it was is I worked in a factory, so I'm like, okay, this factory seems pretty good. Got a job through temp service. All my friends worked there. And some of the jobs that they were putting me in the factory, they were easy. But I was like, at least they were a challenge. Like there was something I had to do. And then one week, they moved me to a machine in the factory where it's sort of like a quality control position where I had to watch the assembly line go by me. And if there was any mistake on the assembly line, I had to fix it. So it's like, okay, this job doesn't sound so bad. But then what they did is they put a clock right in front of me. So I was like literally staring at the clock and the assembly line in the same field of vision. Like I couldn't look away from the clock. It was like right where I had to look at the assembly line. And it was one of those ones with the second hand. So I had to stand there, watch the assembly line, and you had to stand. You couldn't sit down. So I'm standing in one position, watching the assembly line, and guess how many times you had to fix it. You know, that was my job. I had to make sure if anything happened, I had to fix it. Sometimes it was once or twice in 8 hours. So I'd literally just stand there watching it and watching it and watching it for fucking 8 hours. Just boards going by in the machine. And it only fucking fucked up like maybe once or twice out of 8 hours. So the other rest of that 8 hours, I'm just standing there watching it go by. I was like, how long can I do this job for? I couldn't believe that's what some people's jobs are, right? No, what it was too is the boards would get caught on the machine and overlap and cause the whole machine to break down. So they really did need someone to watch it. They'd break the whole machine if it happened. That's the one thing with machines, I don't really worry about them taking over all the jobs too much. It's because there's always going to be jobs where people have to fix and maintain the machines, operate the machines. Usually machines don't turn themselves on, like humans. Sorry. Nah, I'm trying to think of action and clone evolution, what I got to do. Today's episode we'll be doing more of the casino wheel. I think we'll be working on that. I don't think I got any way to clone up any heroes of any decent type. Still saving up to try to get more sun heroes. See how many I got for that. Alright. My watch is bitching. It's like I have 10 minutes to get more steps in. It's asking, what the hell are you doing and why aren't you exercising? Alright, it's 2 hours. Yeah, that's why. Alright, so let's wrap this up. Can't do the streaming for 2 hours more. Alright, so first thing we'll do is I'll open up the patrons. See if we can do that. I really got to find a better way of doing this. Every time that happens, it's pissing me off, so gotta fix the problem instead of bitching about it. Now, if anyone hasn't seen my Neo Geo special, make sure you check it out too. Give it a like or a thumbs up if you can. Jim, Ray, Travis, and holy shit, can't finger properly, and Suki. Thanks again, everyone, for joining the stream. Or not joining the stream, for helping with Patreon. I don't think any of you guys made it today. Possibly. Right, anyway, so let's wrap that part up. Oh, and I've got the patron song going. If anyone wants to check it out here. I got the icon called LMMS. And what that is a music maker. So that's the music maker I'm using to make the patron song. It's coming up soon. Well, I shouldn't say soon, but it's coming. Slowly. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Depending what kind of race it is. Alright, next thing we'll look at, oh yeah, we did the Patreons, we did that. Oh yeah, shout out to the viewers. Can't forget that, it's one of my favorite parts. Right, so far today we had Shelly and Shelly's brother and potato memes. And thank God potato memes survived. Now praying for everyone. These days it's fucking rough. Everyone's having a rough go with the virus and accidents on top of it. It's like, dear God. Yeah, so here we go. We got potato memes, Tiger Woods. Everyone's pulling through some pretty epic fucking accidents. So way to go, everyone. We got that human spirit fighting going still. And that's inspiring me. I was in fucking agony this week with my back feeling like it's breaking, but I think I can make it too. I'm not going to give in to the pain. We'll get through these rehabs. I'll just think of the potato memes and think of all the shit he's going through, and I'll be like, man, my back hurting it's manageable. I better not jinx it. I'll be a fucking can't move soon. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, and Shelly's asking about the live stream. We'll try to do the next Clone Evolution one quick. I know I want to do it quick too. Maybe what I should do, instead of moving my uncle after, no, what I'll do is go for my bike ride now, right after I end this, come back, then carry my uncle to the washroom, and then do the stream after. So it won't be having to do my uncle and then going to do the stream. That would make more sense. Try to get there to the earlier in the morning. Because, man, there's so many fucking college people there and university people, and then all the other people exercising because the gyms are closed. Alright, so good luck to this guy. He said he might be able to watch live streams in 2 weeks because he might be upgrading his PC soon. No, I seen a funny stimulus check Facebook meme the other day. I think it was Ken from Entropia that shared it. It was a picture of someone saying that they got their stimulus check, so they're running to McDonald's. And when the cash register asks them what they want, they say, "Give me the clown," right? I was thinking, I probably read that joke wrong, but man, I was thinking that's funny. I could totally eat a clown. I'm just kidding. Now, clowns are one of those things that I have a phobia of. So if it came to eating it, maybe it could help me get over the phobia. I have no idea why I said that. That's disgusting. Yeah, so if you have a phobia of spiders, maybe you should eat them. No, I'm just kidding. See, never take my advice. It's the worst advice ever. Except for when I tell you not to take my advice, then that's good advice. Or just make up your own decision. That really is the best. Yeah, we got actual hater here. If anyone wants real haters. Alright, so while we get this hater here, we'll split him solo until someone joins. Swallow. We're going swallow. Alright, now let's go to the affiliate links because, yeah, I really need to get outside, get some exercise, get some biking in, lose a bit of fat. I got about 40 pounds to lose this summer, so dear God, it's going to be a painful journey. I really wanted to just fast to get it over with, but I can't do it. One meal a day is my closest thing I can do these days without feeling sick. And with YouTube's things, you can't be harming yourself. If I don't listen to YouTube's rules, who will I listen to? So let's get out of here. We'll wrap up the affiliate link. Yeah, YouTube, I owe you everything. No, I'm just kidding. Patreon I owe. Society 6, finishing quick, is my specialty. It's a saying that comes on t-shirts and bed sheets. Both popular with the ladies. Hideout TV pays you to watch videos. Swagbucks pays you to shop online. GameKit, it'll pay you to try new video games. They hope that you'll try these free-to-play games, get hooked on them, make deposits, so that all of a sudden they get your deposit money. And, oh yeah, and if you reach to a certain level, they'll give you points, which you can then cash out for Amazon gift cards. Kind of a neat system. I wonder if Mindar could ever add something like that. But anyways, yeah, Free Bitcoin is a place with those wallet systems I was talking about earlier. And, oh yeah, also the Virtual Mate Sex Machine. It's for adults and men only. But if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. Just kidding. Alright, let's see. The Virtual Mate Sex Machine is also kickstarted, crowdfunded, has already shipped. They're still doing a lot of the early updates, so a lot of people are complaining about it. Some people are saying they like it. So just don't try returning it to them because I think that's really gross. Right, anyways, yeah, for me to think, it must be pretty bad. Right, click show more information if you want all these links and more. Just remember you have to be adults only for all these, I believe. And make sure you follow all your regional laws. they might apply differently, especially when it comes to cryptocurrencies. So make sure you check your regional laws for crypto. And oh yeah, and Judson Weebly is my website, which I haven't added some content in a long time. So hopefully once I get my travel vlog series going, maybe I'll start putting pictures from it on there, something like that. I'll have to figure out something I can add there, and maybe some patron only content. That'd be cool too. Alright, so let's do that. Let's wrap up the show, and thanks everyone who's been helping. But yeah, someone else just shared a new link in my Entropia knowing page. So if anyone wants the links for that, got it below. You can find my knowing Entropia page and see his links. They're on there right now. I think it's the top link there today. I don't even share my own show for some reason. Alright, so see you later everyone, and yeah, I'll try to share my own show more. If anyone else wants to help share it, I appreciate it. I'm pretty lazy. Well, I shouldn't say lazy. I'm having trouble fitting everything in one day. So I'm actually not really getting much done at all. Usually just run in circles like a chicken with its head cut off, getting nothing done. But hopefully I can try to focus a little bit more, make priorities, and get more things accomplished. And yeah, and we'll see it. That'll be sweet. Yeah, hopefully the patron song is one of the first, and we'll get some of those convention videos added to the YouTube and the travel videos. And so much more exciting content with Entropia as well. Hopefully a new crafting mission. I'm not going to do too much today. We did collect some more money, so we're back to 278. I was thinking I didn't want to get too much lower than 2,800. And we still have like another 100 of metal residue to sell. So yeah, we can push this back close to 3,000. And we still have all those prints to sell. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. I heard Bonnie, she's doing another fucking Bonnie's auction in Entropia. So I gotta check, see if I have anything. I might not have any blueprints or anything of any value, so hopefully I have something good to sell. Maybe in the future what I'll have to do is buy an apartment just so I can put it for sale on Bonnie's auction. Yeah, so if anyone has any cheap apartments they want to sell so I can try reselling them, let me know. Alright, see you everyone. Okay, I think that's everything for Entropia. Let's do the fire screen. Alright, if you happen to get any of the Motorhead kegs in your vaporizer and it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. If it doesn't happen, you can give it a like. Really appreciate it. And
Just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone. See you later.
let's see. Exit song now. Oh yeah, let's give a big round of applause to all the viewers. Shelly, Shelly's brother, Potato Memes, everyone else who couldn't join the chat because they're watching at work. Big shout out to them. Now I'll have to dance standing up soon. I'll get that camera working. Yeah.